Welcome to the Green Wasp Removal YouTube channel. In this episode, we continue working with the Manchester University Wasp survey team as they take on two aggressive nests filled with Eastern Yellowjackets. These are both ground nests located just a few feet apart from each other on the same property. The team did an outstanding job over a period of about 2 days of work. They were able to do species identifications in the field, utilize a scope cam to get good footage underground, pull all the brood comb and have it relocated into captivity where we can pupate the wasps out until we can collect them for Venom immunotherapy. They did a great job staying calm and cool and collected in the face of pretty serious swarming and sting risk. It takes a certain personality to get this type of work done. You need to be able to handle stress, heat, and discomfort, the occasional sting. You have to be able to keep your sense of humor throughout all of this craziness, and these guys do it. Even when there's wasps trying to chew their way through your suit so they can sting you, you just got to stay cool and get the job done. We can't say enough good things about the people on this team. They're becoming very solid field operators who are professional, courteous, and they keep a great attitude. You can't ask for more than that. So we're going to show you the entire removal process for both of these very busy ground nests. We hope you enjoy the episode. Thanks for riding along with us. Now let's head back to August 23rd, 2023 to show you the beginning of the process. So Trey just gassed a specimen here to check species ID. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that one's got the wider arrowhead, sort of an anchor pattern with a very thin shaft where the hole of the harpoon would be. So that's a Maculifrons. Yeah. It's August 23rd, 2023. Today we're taping off very well. Today we're doing a dual nest. There's two nests on this site. One is here, very active Maculifrons nest, Eastern Yellowjackets. And then the other is over here. Same thing here. It's a very active Maculifrons nest. A lot of foragers coming and going. So we're taping off well today. We've got duct tape around ankles, and the reason for that is they love to crawl up your ankles, so we don't let them up if we can help it. Keep the pressure as low as you can and still be effective. All right, good. They're getting hit. Great. Get some of this on. Oh, Regan, look out for poison ivy. We definitely saw some at the other nest site across the way there. And there may be poison ivy anywhere around here. Yeah. All right, so keep an eye on them, ready to stomp them out. Friends. All right, let's get in here with the other vac. Yeah, keep it steady. They're coming out fast. Keep it right there. It's working pretty good. Drake. Yeah, keep it up there pouring out. on right there. That's working. So Regan and Trey are working this ground nest. Trey is stomping them out, we call this. This stirs up the nest because they respond to the vibration and the noise, and that helps them get out of the nest a little quicker to keep this process a little more efficient for time. We're using the Tony Andrick BVAC today, which is on allmybees.com. That's a great device. It's got adjustable pressure. It allows us to keep the specimens alive at whatever pressure works best as we get them into the collection bottles. Here we're reducing the swarm. As we step back a little bit, we're just going to let the swarm die down. They're getting collected as they try to fly in. Thanks. Active little buggers there already. Regan always has the cool attitude, no panic mode, just gets the job done. So Trey's about to work the scope cam. We're going to probe the nest, see what we can see inside the actual entry tunnel. There's two reasons for the scope. One is we want to see how they react to what we're doing down underground. The second reason is we always want to use it as a probe because they'll come out and attack the light on the camera, and the motion will make them come out a little quicker, which we always want for just efficiency.
I think the vacuum doesn't have enough power.
Okay, yeah, let's turn it up a little bit. I got it. How's that look?
That's definitely better.
Okay. So the scope cam's on a fiber optic cable that we can put right down into the tunnel. And it's lighted in the front. There's also a side camera angle, and that makes it easier for us to see what we're dealing with down there. The readout on his screen gives him a real good look at what's inside that hole. It's a little hard to see with the reflection here, but
well, that's the problem too. There's not really anybody coming out. Oh no, there's two.
see if you can get. Let me know when you have good focus on the tunnel, and I'll stop some out.
I think I have good focus. Ah.
You see them?
That has made them angry.
Getting anything? There you go. Wherever you get a clean focus, just hold it there for a couple minutes and we'll watch them come and go.
I think this one's pretty good.
So as you see here on Regan's veil, what these insects will do is they'll try to latch on with their mandibles, which is the biting part of their mouth, and then they will start stinging. And they'll go right for faces and eyes because that's how they attack animals in the wild. So Trey's starting the dig process. We always do this after we try to suck up a lot of the foragers like we've done here. You see a lot of them already in the containment bottles, and that's what we're trying to do, is just reduce the swarm before we open up the earth. And once that swarm calms down a little bit, we open up a little bit of the ground around the hole, and that'll give us a start as to where this nest might be. Let me get you the buckets. A lot of root activity. Yeah, it's pretty heavy roots, I imagine.
Yes. Now you're in.
There you go.
I think I found the other side bubble.
All right, cool. Let's see where it goes from there.
Well, no, the other side that goes out.
Okay, fair
Not
enough.
the other side that goes.
So let's move this.
Yeah, that's just on the other side. Alright, yep.
So wherever you think you want to follow.
Alright. This way.
Regan, wherever you see them clustering the most, just kind of hover around that area.
I'm trying to see if they're crawling out of anywhere, but
Yeah.
in the sod bucket.
Take out as much as you need to. We'll try to keep this pretty efficient. Just because I don't want it to get too hot on us while we're going through these nests.
Again, I'm not seeing them crawl out from anywhere.
Yeah. Keep going around here then. There's a nice root cavity in there. You want the root cutters?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So a lot of the nests that we deal with in the ground are supported by the root system, so we often have to cut away a lot of those roots when we're digging out a ground nest.
I'm just not seeing anything.
Okay, just keep going around toward the bottle, toward the hole, see what you find. We'll find a cavity here eventually. A lot of root systems here. Let's go back toward the hole, maybe cut away, whatever you gotta cut. Nothing obvious yet. A little more activity down there. Let's go this way, and then we'll cut this. Okay, let's go from here. Kind of expand it all the way through there. Well, we're gonna have to go with this chunk now. That's a big root trail there. Yeah, let's do a little bit of excavating on the tunnel. See what you can find following that tunnel. It might come back toward you. I see some roots coming in this way too. I got the staple back in the bucket. Let's see what you got back toward this area. Not much there. Okay. So we're doing exploratory holes all the way around because we're not finding an obvious entry point. And that's pretty common actually. So we just keep digging in the basic perimeter of the nest hole that we saw them entering from, and at some point you hit a cavity, and that cavity will tell you where you're going. Sorry about that. No, you're good. Okay.
Yeah, that was cool. All right. Well.
So let's see, anything, try this chunk here.
We'll just sweep out all the loose stuff.
Yeah, go for it. Put it on the dirt pile since it's here. It won't make any difference. Maybe we'll keep it all in one spot so we can scoop it back in now. It's such soft earth here, they could be way down deep too. Yeah, they're coming now. one coming out of this one. Knocked a little piece of wood in there and tried to get that out. I mushed the hole up pretty good, so see what you can do to find it again with the scope. It shows some cold on it. It definitely is. Hey Regan, would you do some control over here with your back, please? Thanks.
First roadblock, working with clay gets easily stuck in the camera.
So we're working on the second nest of the two we have on this site. One is over here. That dig is still ongoing. The second one is here. So go ahead and start digging. Just look out for poison ivy. Well, it turns out this was just a pretty small one so far. Let's dig around, see if we can find any more brood comb, just in case.
Oh, it's gonna be any. Oh.
Yeah, just really explore in there because I don't want to miss any. I see a real white section there. That could be the next part of it.
Yeah, that might be the next part.
I'd be surprised if that actually be one of the next parts. So try getting through there, but don't get your poison ivy on you.
That's gonna be kind of hard.
Go around this side, I believe, is the way to go, because I don't see poison ivy here.
My ear is still on fire, but yet we trudged through it forward.
Did you get stung in the ear?
Yep.
Oh, man. Okay. You don't have anything in your hood, right? Was it just a contact with your string?
Yeah, it's a contact with string. Nothing in the hood.
All right, you want to do a venom extraction?
No.
Did you get Benadryl in it?
Yeah, I got Benadryl like immediately after.
Yeah, here's your phone, so let's start digging that out.
This one's very big.
Yeah, it's going to be a large dinner plate size maybe when they get large. But once the swarm is out, it's gorgeous anyway. But there'll be a plane over underneath them.
Well, I found the edge of that, and this one is going to start to come back.
Watch that poison ivy. Here's the edge of the nest. Trey's digging around the edge of the nest and try to pull up the next layer of brood comb. Regan's doing swarm control. Make a little working space here. It might be over there, even visible from here. Not the tongs?
Not yet.
Okay.
I still feel like it's buried.
Yeah, keep going around here, minding the poison ivy right to your front left.
Kill one out of here.
There you go. Gotta get around the edge of it. There you go.
Well, at least we found this one.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the other one's at the same depth and we scooped it up with a shovel. You never know. But I feel like we would have hit an explosion of swarm if we did that.
I feel like we would too.
Almost. Well, right around the back side of it so far it goes in there. That might be the wall of the paper right there. It's probably the end of it. Yeah, right in there. That's going to be the end of it, I believe.
You want to come up now?
You want the top? So Regan, get ready. We're going to go ahead and clear this nest. He's going to bring it up. We'll put it right here.
I don't think it's big enough.
Just throw it right on top of it. It's okay for now. It's all we have to work with. While she's backing it up, flip it over, and we'll start backing up any of the adults that come in. There you go. So do your best to separate the layers. That's a nice size nest. Yeah, try not to collect any of the brood. Just, do your best to get some of these guys and separate them a little bit. Nice looking nest. We have a lot of
move your leg real quick.
We've got a lot of brood here. There's plenty of pupa, plenty of active larvae. We've been a very, very busy nest this season. It already is. So just stay on it here and keep sucking up whatever walks out. Do your best not to get too much debris in there, but just kind of keep it down where they are and suck them up best you can. I'm going to leave the brood comb open so they'll hover around it and Regan can get them. So we have on this nest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. Here on the bottom layer they were building much larger cells, which are going to be your queen combs, reproductives. Guy just got me, I think, right through the glove. Right on the seam. They love those seams. So they're staying busy. Lots of activity. Very hot today. Very humid. It'll be close to 100 degrees tomorrow. Later this afternoon will be pretty hot too. So I'm glad we're working in the morning. So as you can see, they keep hovering around the veil that Trey has. And they're constantly trying to go for what they think is eyes and face. And they zero in on that through your carbon dioxide that you breathe out. Regan is staying pretty much free from veil attack. What a trick. Let's scoop them up a little bit with the trowel and see how many of you can stir up into the back. How's your ear doing?
I'm not dying, so I guess that's something. Come on, everybody. Into the trowel. Okay, actually nobody into the trowel.
It's okay, just as long as you're stirring them up so they keep coming up into the back. That's all we're looking for.
I think these might be newly born, so I don't think they're
yeah, it probably is. Most of the ones in the bottom. letting them get collected for a minute. So tell us about an ear sting, Trey. What was that like? 1 to 10, 10 unbearable, 1 nothing. How long did it last?
Oh, it's mostly subsided now, but it's definitely not something I'd want to go for in my daily life.
Yeah.
Don't know how to rate it. Probably say 3.
Oh, not bad then, huh?
Yeah, it's not pleasant. It's nice, fleshy cartilage. It's soft.
Yeah.
You don't want to get stung in soft parts.
Yeah,
It's never a good idea.
I usually wear a hoodie exactly for that reason, to cover the back of the neck and the ears, but as you see, I dump a ton of fluid because of that. I'm really hot. So, you know, there's always kind of a balance between sting risk and heat issues. I'm going to have you film this if you can with your other hand while we separate the comb. You think you're going to be able to do that?
I think so.
Do you have good focus?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you try to vacuum up whatever we expose here when we separate. Try to get the frame to see the whole container. There you go. Okay. Great. That's good. Hold it up. Okay, let's get the back of this one. There you go. Well, I'm glad we got one clean accounted for. Now we'll see how the other nest is doing. Okay, that's pretty good for this leg. I'm going to close it up. Put some of the smaller comb into the other bin. And you two will fit in here this time. Okay. So let's leave these contained. I'll just move them out of the working space. All right, let's keep going with this swarm collection. So right now we're just allowing the swarm to come back. We've disguised the vacuum and we've simulated their initial tunnel hole. So as you can see here, they come back and they just continue to go down that hole and they get themselves collected in the vacuum. They just keep going in one after the other because they just can't help by instinct exploring a dark hole near where their tunnel was, so they just suck themselves right up over time. So right now we're just collecting the foragers as they come back. We have a disguised vacuum tube, sort of a set up false hole that they can go down into, and so far they're hitting that pretty regularly. And wherever we see them swarm, we're making a little collection. And we'll keep this up throughout the day to get most of the foragers collected. This one's still doing well. Nice, putting that stake back in, I believe, helped them orient. This swarm is getting a little more reduced as well. So we're starting to collect them. August 23rd, 2023. Here's part of the collection. Got two Maculifrons nests side by side. There's another vac still hooked up that has a significant number in it as well. So we're gonna freeze these now. So we have two collections happening simultaneously now. Both of them are disguised vac holes. And you're seeing here the foragers coming back from foraging and trying to find their entry hole, and you see how they go straight into the collection jug because we put it up right where their hole used to be, and that's connected to the BVAC. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got the same thing happening here for this collection area. This swarm is reducing quite a bit, but as they come around, they explore this hole and they get sucked into this collection vac. So this is working pretty well from this side. August 23rd, 2023. This is about half of what we pulled out, probably less than half of what we pulled out of a community participant's address today. We had two ground nests side by side. We were able to find one of the nests that's in these containers here in blue color, but the other nest was unable to be found with the dig we did. It's pretty extensive digs, so we just did an attrition collection for today, and we'll be back collecting more on this nest in the next couple days. August 25th, 2023. We've been waiting for them in this nest to rebuild their hole so we can get a better idea of where they are. And we now see that hole here. It's been rebuilt, so there is activity. And we'll be attempting to remove that ground nest today. Okay, let's hit it. Give it about 50%, will you? Thank you. Here we go. Let's go a little bit more pressure. But I don't have much choice. There's so much loose dirt. Keep going, they're bailing out. They're still pulling out of there. Let's give him a minute to get sucked up here. And a third of the pain. Early morning collection. In the front door. I think he pulling out. Everything's dry. So again, it's August 25th, 2023. Katie's going to start a little bit of earth removal around the entry point of this nest, and we'll see if we can get some action as to which direction this tunnel goes. It appears to go back toward her. We found the other one about 5-6 inches under the surface. It wasn't super deep. Who knows where this one will be.
Do you want to try and leave the area around the hall?
I think I'm just going to manage it from here.
Okay.
That looks like it might be paper. So Katie found the tunnel hole, and we see a little bit of paper. So it's time to start managing some of the swarm as we go through seeking out the main brood comb. Coming out right here. You can see right where the hole is. So let's keep that spot open a little bit. I'm curious about this paper. What's that right there? Looks like a little bit of comb, empty, but I don't see the rest. Maybe it's fully around the side. Oh yeah, here we go. It's around the side too. This cavity space is it. So let's go ahead and start digging right through here. Yep, there's comb right there. Great. So we have found the nest. As you can see here, this is the edge of the brood comb. And you can see a little bit of larvae in there. So we're going to start digging out around that area. So Katie, go ahead and dig around the circumference of the comb so you can get a look at the whole nest that's on the ground.
Over here?
Yeah, and you can move the container wherever you want, whatever's easiest for you. You think we can go all the way around here, because that seems to be where the comb is at.
2 inches of dirt down to the top of the nest. If I'm in your way, let me know. I can move. Feel free to take chunks out of the spade shovel.
Yeah, I think that'll be easier. Just don't want to collapse it, huh?
Get you a,
I've lost it.
on the archaeological dig side of things, you can put all the dirt right on the dirt pile here. So as Katie digs this nest, what she's trying to do is get around the circumference of the nest. And the reason for that is we like to see the entire circumference of the nest before we remove it. And we like to try to remove it whole, the entire nest. So we go all the way around it so that we can get down underneath it and see how large it is and try to lift all of the comb structure out at one time. And what you'll see typically is anywhere from a softball to a volleyball size nest this time of year. And we're not seeing a huge population come out yet. That's because there's a lot of foragers that made it out this morning before we arrived on site. It's also because we collected quite a few of these the other day when we were seeking out this nest, but did not find a tunnel that could lead us to the actual brood comb like we did today. So a lot of this nest was already collected. But they brood out so quickly, there's another whole generation being born. Get this thing extended. Yeah, they're looking for their pheromone and they're all confused and lost now. They were doing the same thing yesterday. Pretty soon we'll set up a, once we pull the brood, we'll set up a little trap device, disguised again, and it'll suck them right up over the next hour. We're latching on to Katie here. Need a break, let me know. I'll have you do the back while I dig. You can tell a lot of the population's already gone. Yeah, you get on it. Let me get the brood comb containers going. Small ones can go in these other smaller containers if need be. Shake off as much dirt as you can before you drop it in. For the queen, it's important that we get her. That's why we want to try to get the whole nest out and drop it in here, and then we can separate the comb and find the queen. ideally. Great, looks good. Okay, so you see the queen on the ground yet, down there? She might be trying to run for it and get deep in the dirt, so keep an eye out. I'm gonna keep vacuuming
There
here.
are a lot back here.
Okay. Get any stink? Good job. Love those floppy gloves. They come in handy for something. So as they walk out of the nest, we're looking for a large wasp, which would be the queen. So spin this nest around with it, trying not to break it up too much. Just turn it on its side. Usually the queen will start to run out then when we do that. You can grab one of the blue tools from the bucket and we'll start separating the layers until we find this queenie. That'd be pretty huge.
Yeah.
Let me find them. There she is.
Got her.
Got her. Good. Not to damage the brood, but will take care of the captivity to get them to breed out. Alright, looking good. Here's our nest. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layer nest, including the small one they're just building. It's a good sized nest with a lot of pupa and a lot of larvae that's still active. Would have produced quite a huge number of them. Let me let you do some control of swarm for a minute. Here we go.
Oh, there's some.
Yeah, you get them. Now let's go ahead and close up, and what we'll do now is disguise the vacuum as a hole in the ground and let them come get it. So I'll sift all that out here in for a second. So what we do when we get down to this point is we try to sift out everything that's left in there. We don't want any nest material down there that hasn't been sifted through. We want to scare out all of the wasps that might be in there. We want to check the perimeter of the hole. Make sure we're not missing any cavities that they're digging out or trying to reestablish in. There's not much left there, but there's a few. get it stuck here. I think I just shoved it out onto the dirt pile. So we can spray all the way down into the hole. So I'm going to refill this, but I want to spray the heck out of this cavity. You got one in there?
Nope, it's a little time.
What we're doing is we're digging out every bit of nest material that fell into the hole. We're going to coat the bottom of the hole with an essential oil spray. We want them to know that their pheromones blocked and this is not their house anymore. A lot of root systems in there, and that's what they build around initially, is root cavities. Alright, so I think I'm going to get the spray, and we'll get some spray down in here. For now, let's just collect for a little bit. Here's a seat if you want to sit while you're doing that.
Thank you. Get a angle on this.
So at this stage, we've got the whole nest out and contained. And what we're going to do now is just suck up some returning foragers, and then we'll treat the whole area with essential oil, non-toxic spray that blocks all their pheromone and makes it clear to them that they have been evicted. It needs to be done. So as you'll see here, Yellowjackets and all forms of Vespula wasps, they are instinctually driven to explore holes in the ground, especially around their nest site. So even though this is not the exact hole that they started with, it's in the general vicinity of their nest, and they know that, so they explore it, and when they do, they get them. Because this vacuum is disguised and hooked up to that. Good job, Katie. You found that nest in no time. So I'm going to leave this running. Katie's going to capture a few with the Makita and that'll help get more of the foragers collected as they come back kind of homeless and confused. They're looking around. And while they do that, she can easily pick them up right off the grass while they forage around the area a lot of the times. In the meantime, this vac is collecting them as they come in. So that's working out just fine. He's illustrating here. You'll see how Maculifrons will continually try to hit your face and your head. They go after your carbon dioxide that you exhale, and they go after the smell of humans, and they go after eyes, because in the environment, it's how they keep animals off of their nest is they'll attack the eyes and the face and the breath, and they know where to zero in from that. So you see it just keeps circling her head, and that's what it will do. Here we see a Vespula Maculifrons doing what they love to do. When they attack, they latch on, and they keep biting and biting and latching on with their mandibles, while at the same time they attempt to sting, and they will sting repeatedly. So if not for my suit and my jeans underneath, I'd be taking quite a few stings right now. But as you see, she's working very hard. I have to respect that, trying to dig her way and bite her way through my suit so she can get me. So I gotta hand it to this little girl. She's determined. But we're gonna have Katie suck her up. Oh, she's quicker than Katie today, but not for long. We'll get her. You get her?
Got it.
Nice air grab. They can run, but they cannot hide from Katie. Katie is a beast out here with the way she operates. She found that nest in like 5 seconds. It's already gone. Now she's working on follow-up. Good job.
The heat is motivation.
That is true. Too hot to be out here long. All right, so we've let this run for almost an hour, and we've captured a number of the foragers that were returning. So at this point, this nest is contained enough to move along. We're on August 25th, 2023. Katie's got the results of a ground nest dig we did today. This is all Vespula Maculifrons, very beneficial native wasp here in upstate Indiana. But when they're in the way of people, they have to go because they can be dangerous. Good job, looks awesome. So we ended up taking 2 nests out of here, one the other day right here, and one today right here. So it appears we got them all so far anyway. Not seeing any more forager activity over here. So it looks like we can move on to the next one.
So that's it for today's episode. Stay tuned. We've got plenty more where this came from, featuring the Manchester University Wasp Survey team as they take on more Baldfaced Hornets, more Yellowjackets, more paper wasps, and they do it all with a smile and a great attitude. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.